1-0 was the score. Wasn't a great game of football, but it's the end of the season, so we're just going to get some thoughts and feelings from people. We'll start with Ben. Hey Ben, are you right?
Yeah, I'm good. To be honest, I'm not too displeased with that performance. We weren't that bad. Referee was crap, as per. Same old Bournemouth, always getting the poor refs, but it happens. But to be honest, the games, as I said last week, they don't mean anything. It was good to see Brooks getting a run out. Oh, he showed glimpses of his old self that I just loved as well. Yeah. But yeah, it was good to see some different players get minutes, Lewis Cook and that. But yeah, it wasn't that bad, but it was a good season on the whole, as we all know.
It was good to see the players and the management team kind of come around at the end as well and do the whole clap thing, and we clapped them back. That was nice. Player of the season for you, sir. I know we've got one game left and something amazing could happen at Everton that sort of gets us all out of our seats. But last home game. So who player of the season?
I'm gonna go for, in comparison to his last Premier League season, Dominic Solanke. Okay. I feel like that could be quite a common one with maybe the younger generation that just love him because he scores. Yeah. But in comparison to last Premier League season and the season before, I would never have expected him to come of that. I always thought he would be the shadow of Callum Wilson and Josh King. Yeah. And then all of a sudden he's just come along and he's the main man. And yeah, he's improved so much, and the only way is up for him, and I'm so happy for him. He's come on a lot, and it helps the team around him because we know I can't remember the last time we won a game without him. If we haven't this season, it was Rotherham back in like 2021, something like that. But yeah, he's come on leaps and bounds. But so has the whole team as well, to be honest. But yeah, it's a good season on the whole.
Brilliant. Thank you, Ben. Cool. All the best. Bye. See you soon. Ellie, how are you?
Well, certainly not the result we wanted. Probably the result we expected. But I think we played all right. It was quite even in the end. But I couldn't really see a place where we were going to go ahead. Really, we had some good chances. All in all, bad result, but all right game, I guess. Not a very good send-off for the season, but we're safe. We got another season in the Premier League. It's all right.
Good. Now I'm going to do this with everyone today because it's just a fun thing to do. We had some awards out there. Who is your player of the season?
I think it's got to be the same as the signing of the season. It's got to be Neto. Okay. He's been the difference maker this season. And I think if we had stuck with Travers, I can't see us surviving. He has been that pivotal player that has just taken us to another level. Billing definitely close second. But Neto is he's different gravy, as they say.
Fantastic, different gravy indeed. Thank you, buddy. Nice to see you. Got a queue, it's nice. How are you doing, guys? You all right?
Good, how are you, Tiggs?
Yeah, good. Really good. Too bad.
I'll
just let you chat if that's okay.
Yeah,
what did you
that's totally fine. Not the most exciting spectacle, was it, really? But it could have been worse.
It was just nice to not be more.
Yeah, quite. And I love Vina. I really hope we get to keep him because I think when he came on, he was really good.
So I thought Zabani looked pretty sharp straight from the off, so he's a good keeper. I'm pleased to see him on the squad. So that was good, wasn't it?
But mainly we just want to say thanks to you guys, to be honest, because you give us such great content all season long and work so hard, and we really appreciate it. So we just wanted to say that, really.
Very kind of you to say so. Thank you. Sam's nodding behind and smiling. Made him blush. So, player of the season for you both.
For me, it'd be Neto. I think Neto. He's kept us in so many games.
Yeah, he has, hasn't
he? And he's an unsung hero. And from the back, he directs his defence so much. Yeah. And the amount of shouting that he does, I love him, and I think he's brilliant. And he's good for the fans as well.
Yeah, true. I'm thinking Senesi, actually. I've loved Senesi.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, love you guys.
Have a lovely summer.
All the best.
Up the Cherries.
Cheers. Where am I going here? Hello. Oh, I got gentlemen. Hello, gents. How you doing?
Hello. Good.
Okay, so not the greatest game in the world. No. So I'll try to focus less on the game and more on the whole season altogether.
So, yeah, we got shirts of the players.
Oh wow!
Match worn.
That's nice. Wow. Signs on the back. See that? Did you get a good look at that? Yeah. Okay, so I think there might be a little bit of bias going on here in terms of the shirts you're wearing, but who is your player of the season?
Marcus Tavernier.
Marcus Tavernier. Didn't even take a breath before answering that. What do you think, Logan? Who's your player of the season?
Marcus Tavernier.
Both gone for Marcus Tavernier. Well, thank you, gentlemen. I've got a few people to get through, so I'll keep moving on. But thanks. More questions? I've got more questions for more people. I've got to keep going. Thanks, Logan, though. I'll see you next season. Hi, mate. How you doing? You all right?
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah. I'm going to say the same thing to everyone, I think, probably, but it wasn't a great spectacle.
No, I think injuries to or unavailability of key players today has probably done us. Philip Billing, Joe Rothwell, Tav, obviously.
Yeah.
That it's a bang average United team, but with those three on the pitch, I think we give them a bit more in the first half, especially.
Yeah. So it's probably easier for us to kind of step back now. Last home game of the season. Your moments of the season, Danny?
Spurs away, last minute goal. That's got to be moment of the season. Celebrated that so hard. So, yeah, definitely.
And player of the season?
Player of the season for me, it's difficult because there's been a few that have not played, consistently. But I'd probably go for Phil Bill.
Yeah. Oh, good. Excellent. Yeah. Brilliant.
Shout out to Dan in New York City, by the way. He wanted me to come on here, so there he is.
Shout out to Dan. Thank you. All the best. Hey JJ, how do you, mate?
Yeah, I think the game didn't go our way, but we were on. I think our season was already finished for at least a couple of weeks now.
Okay.
But I think the crowd got behind the team. The frustrating thing is that they didn't really have to do too much, and then what's even more frustrating is that we had chances to score. You're looking at keeping more opportunities, and say to yourself, just bury it. Just put your laces to it, and that's the frustrating thing is that we easily could have got something out of the game.
Yeah, I agree. It's almost like if that fixture was on a different week in the season, when we were still fighting for something, and
I think the result very much would have easily gone a different way. But obviously, because our fate had already been sealed and stuff like that, so we didn't really need to go into the game like they did and win.
Yeah.
But yeah, the frustrating thing is that, like I said, we didn't go and put out a performance that we should have. Especially our last home game of the season. But yeah, I thought a few players were immense. Neto made some excellent saves to keep the score only at 1-0. Jeff Lerma, our Bournemouth superstar. So it's been a good season. The crowd have done immense. So yeah, credit to us for getting behind the team as much as we have.
Yeah.
And now we dust ourselves down a little bit and we get ready for next season.
Yeah. Did you have a player of the season this season, Joe?
Well, as cliche as it may sound, Jeff Lerma, to be honest. But yeah, credit to everyone that's put on a Bournemouth shirt this season. I think the players have stuck together, and the most credit has to go to Gary O'Neill for ultimately keeping us up.
Yeah.
Can't speak. Emotions are high. But yes, Stiggs, on to next season, up the Cherries, and see you next time.
Good to see you, bud. Thank you. Give me something. Tell me.
We were good in that game. If Dom was in that position where Kiefer was, I think Dom would have been able to score.
Oh, really? Possibly. It was interesting that we did change formation, wasn't it? We tried Dom and Kiefer up together next season. Kiefer Moore's not had a lot of minutes this season. Do you think we've got a future for him at the football club, or do you think we'll be looking at something else for him, maybe?
I don't think he will be here I think he'll go January.
Do you?
Because he's not good enough for this level.
Okay. He's had limited chances, but we'll have to wait and see. What about in terms of the whole season? We think about it all together. Who's your player of the season? What was your moment of the season, Josh? What a signing he's turned out to be, huh? Nobody really thought, can't be close for me, nobody really thought that he would be as good as he is, but he really, really is. His goal, probably, is that your moment of the season, that goal that won our goal of the season?
I'd say no. Okay. I think when we were away at Forest was the best moment of the season, when we got that third goal.
Brilliant. Well, thank you, Josh. Good to see you, and I'll see you next season, hopefully. All the best, buddy. Hey, mate, how are you doing?
Oh, very well. How are you?
I'm struggling a little bit today because there's not a great deal to talk about in the game. So I'm trying to be a bit more reflective about the whole season with people.
Oh, well, we can do a bit of the game.
Yeah,
I'll give you a bit
then.
of the
Give
game.
me a bit of the game.
So obviously, I'm going to probably have to come up with a new phrase next season.
You are, aren't you?
But on the whole, I think we were competitive at this level. When you break down the whole season as well, we were competitive at this level. In that particular game, we did create chances. When you play against the top team, it's the old adage of you've got to take your chances if you make them, and we did make a few. So we lost 1-0, they had a few more. We could have got a draw out of it. There's a lot of doom and gloom around about the performance, but I'm not feeling that way.
No, you feel all right?
I'm feeling all right. And the other thing, apart from Palace away last week, which thank God I didn't go to, but the last few games, I've been kind of analysing what's been going on. Now, some people will say, we still don't know what Gary's formation is and what he's trying to achieve and all the rest of it.
You've got a little nugget here.
But the last few games, the way the back three have been playing makes me think we might start with a back three next season.
Okay. Well, we've got enough players who could do it, haven't we?
Well, we have.
Yeah,
just a few.
Yeah.
But saying that, my man of the match today, based on watching those games, is Zabs.
Okay.
Because I'm really liking what I'm seeing.
I like it. I like the nickname you've given him as well.
Zabs.
Yeah,
it's a lot easier.
It's
a lot easier to say that, Zabs. And I do, you know, because I kind of analyse things in a different way. If we're not desperate for points, my emotional investment in the game is a bit more relaxed.
You're a little bit more analytical in those ways.
Yeah, so I'm kind of like less passion, more focus.
Yeah.
So what is actually going on here? So I really am liking some of those things I'm seeing from a defensive setup. Now that has an impact on positive tactics.
Yes.
And how we've been playing.
Okay.
I'm seeing some things, so I'm just like quietly reassured about there might be a plan.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed that. But over the season, we're staying up.
We're staying up.
If you'd have stood here 12 months ago or whenever it was, and you'd say, well, we'll finish in 15th or something with 40 points or whatever.
I'll be happy with that.
But it has been up and down.
Yeah.
You know, like I put a tweet out saying moments of magic and moments of tragic.
Wow, I like that. That's nice. That's
and
poetic.
That pretty summarises it all up. But we're staying up, and Scarmers get better. So,
that's all right. I like your T-shirt too.
Yeah, well, luckily it wasn't a Pong performance.
Hey. Yeah, that's good. Keep it.
Owen the Saints go championship.
Long time no see.
Long time no see. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. It wasn't my favourite game of the season, but I think we all went into it knowing that it didn't have to be, did it?
No. I feel we could have done much better. Maybe had more of a sense of what we were going to into the game, because it kind of seemed at the start we didn't really know what we was doing. If that makes sense.
Okay. Experimental maybe at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's what he's just trying to do, just to try and get us to the end of the season. Because obviously promoted, but we still want to push to try and get as high as we can. But I feel like that's what he's got to really do to the end of the season, to figure out what he can do for next season.
Yeah, okay, get some ideas. And in terms of this season, you got a moment that sticks out in your head, or? I've
got two, and they're both Tavernier. It's the goal against Fulham and the goal against Southampton.
Both very good goals. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, excellent. And I'm going to guess that he's probably your player of the season as well.
I said Billing is my player of the season.
Okay.
Because he's our top goal scorer, top assister, or something
numbers,
like that.
Isn't he?
Yeah, I mean Tavernier's been great. It'd be a close second, but Billing's just an all-round player all season. So.
Fantastic. Brilliant. Thank you for coming on.
Well, thank you.
All the best.
Hello.
Hey, you all right?
How are you?
Yeah, I'm all okay. How are you, mate?
Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to ask you anything. I'll just let you talk.
Yeah. Well, I know I said to Sam that I was worried when we got to 39 points that we might lose the last 4 games, and we're on track to do that with 1 game left. And I just didn't want to see the season fizzle out. Are we on the beach? I don't really like that excuse. I thought the game was okay today. I thought we were okay first 5 minutes, then it played out similar to Chelsea. Then we were okay at the back end of the first half, then we're okay in the first part of the second half, then we're okay at the back end of the second half. But Man United pretty much dominated possession. They controlled the game. There's 1 goal in it, but within that is a lot of experimenting, if you want to call it that. There's a lot of movement around the players. We've had Lloyd Kelly at left back previously, centre back to left back. We've now had Meckham at right back. We've now got Vina at right back. I've never seen Smith so progressive this season, but you don't have Kiefer Moore on the bench, and he makes 3 successive crosses, and he's not on the pitch. Then he comes on the pitch, and then Smith comes off, and then Vina's on the right hand side but cutting in. It's all a bit just weird, and Gary O'Neill's had 32 games, and I would hope to have thought by this stage we'd see an identity in what we're going to see next season, and I don't know what Gary O'Neill's plan is. I don't know what his identity is. I don't know what we're going to see next season. That's what's always worried me.
In terms of our squad, I've sort of speculated in my head that he does like the idea of a 3 at the back, because we seem to have quite a lot of centre halves. I don't know whether we'll go that way, but then in terms of wing backs, we don't really. We don't. So it's an odd mix, isn't it?
Yeah. I just don't know, Tiggs. I have made it quite clear that I've wanted to see next season with a new head coach. I think we all know that Gary O'Neill is going to get this chance. I would not be surprised if we're headhunting a new manager in November, December next year. That's just me being completely honest. Yeah. But hopefully there is a plan. I don't see it. I don't know what our game is. I don't know if we're counter-attack. I don't know if we're possession-based. I don't know if we're a back 3 formation, a back 4, because we've just played around so much. We've had results for back 3, go to a back 4. We've had results for back 4, then we flip back. And as I say with Lloyd Kelly, what is he, a left back? Is he a centre back? I don't know. Yeah. So, and we're 32 games in now with Gary O'Neill as interim and permanent. So he's had quite a lot of fixtures, and I still don't know what he is, and that's always been my big concern. And today, that's another loss. 6 losses now where we've only scored 1 goal.
Okay.
And conceded 15.
Didn't realise that. That's quite a lot.
So.
Okay, well let's end this on a high then.
Yeah.
So tell me about your highlight of the season and your player of the season and something that you liked about Gary this season.
So look, Billing's been fantastic with his numbers that he's given us. Yeah. Ultimately, Billing's numbers and Tavernier's numbers has kept us in this Premier League. I'd say player of the season's Marcus Tavernier. I think he's given us 9 match-winning points off the bench against Fulham, Superman performance, goal at Southampton, goal at Wolves. Yeah. Goal of the season is Marcus Tavernier, but Dango Otara's last-minute winner at Tottenham as well is in for a shout. So Tavernier has saved us, Billing has saved us, and that poor form in February and March was recovered by Tavernier and Billing, getting that win against Liverpool, etc. So lots of good stuff in there. Look, Gary O'Neill, I thought he did really well when he first came in as interim. He took the shackles off, just let the players play. He's tried to, at times, try stuff and it's not quite worked out. I would probably say that he's worked hard and he's trying. That just lack of experience and him probably not knowing what his future as a manager is probably tripping him up a little bit. Yeah. And that's all I can really say. It's hard because you want something positive from me about Gary O'Neill, and I've always wanted Gary O'Neill to stay, just not in this role.
Right,
But that's what I always said. So it was nothing against Gary O'Neill and wanting him out of the club. I just wanted someone with a direction and a head coach that can take us to the new level under this new ownership.
It'd be interesting to see, I suspect we'll do some business in the transfer window. It'd be interesting to see if we do any backroom team business in terms of adding to his arsenal of brains that he's got available to him to kind of pick, because it almost feels a little bit incomplete in that respect, doesn't it?
And we love all these guys that are back there, don't we? We love Fletch, we love Elphick, we love Cooper. But that's another argument we've made, is if you're going to put Gary O'Neill in this position, give the guy some help. Yeah. And they're all really inexperienced at this level, and they're learning on the job. We've got away with it. We've stayed up. The league's been forgiving, probably the most forgiving season ever. And I think next season will be a lot harder. And we're going to have to make sure we've got a plan, an identity, and we compete a little bit more than we have done recently, consistently, because it's a very much a form guide of win, lose, win, lose, win, lose, win. No draws since February.
Oh wow! Yeah.
So again, that's a really tough way to deliver a season.
That is tough. Yeah. Okay, brilliant. Oh yeah, thanks, Kurt. Ollie May.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right, buddy. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks.
Yeah, good.
Try to be a bit more positive than Kirk.
Yeah. I mean, let's just be positive. Let's talk about the season. Let's talk about the chances for next season, maybe. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, look, why not? Why not go into it with an optimistic view? I mean, we went into this season, and a lot of people, I think, had reason to be thinking a little bit. Will we provide enough? Will we have hope? Will we be able to do what we did the first season, which was just sort of give that intensity every game to sort of push us through results? And I think, at the end of the day, we've got the job done. So at the end of the day, I'm happy. And today, had we won today, and it been today that we're mathematically safe, we'd be absolutely buzzing. But we've done it with games in hand, which I would say is even a bigger achievement than it would have been today. So it's what it is today, isn't it?
Speaking of absolutely buzzing, there's a lot of social media buzz at the moment about your documentary, which I saw a tweet about the other day.
I can't wait to get it out.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, first of all, it'd be nice to sleep a little bit more, because at the minute it's
a bit of a labour of love, is it?
Yeah, it's one of those things that I've just always wanted to do, and finally this season I've sort of cracked on with it, and yeah, it's almost a love letter to the club and what it means to the town, the people. It's not. Sometimes we sort of forget, and almost with Premier League football, there's so much going on. There's so much media. There's so much almost noise, I think is the word, that we sort of forget who we are, where we were. I mean, this isn't exactly, Old Trafford. It's not, St James's Park. This is what we've got, but it's what we love, and it's what we're here for. And I think that's what the documentary is about. It's just showing, that we've gone 100 odd years without playing even second division football. Yeah. And now we're disappointed that we've just gone into a game against Manchester United and gone. True. Well, it means nothing, but we're still disappointed. Like that's
different perspective.
So I think that's the idea of it, and some amazing people that have been involved.
And remind us, what's it called?
Beyond Dean Court.
Beyond Dean Court, and go on.
I'm sorry, step ahead. Friday, 8 p.m. Providing I get it all finished in time, because today is the final day of filming. So we're almost there.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for coming on.
Can I just say, by the way, these guys don't get the credit that they deserve. So if you haven't already subscribed, I'm going to give it to Tom. Going to do what Tom usually says. But I mean, if you're new as well, these guys do so much throughout the season, and we are a Premier League club, so we're going to be back again next season. So credit to all of what you guys do, and I think it's going to be an exciting summer. So all the best.
Thank you, buddy. Good to see you.
You too.
Thanks. Cheers. He said everything I was going to say. So next time we'll see you will be at Everton away. That is the final game of the season. And up the Cherries.